So Howard, professional golf has definitely gone down a data-driven pathway in recent years. We have a lot of new technology that we're seeing on ranges, every kind of tour event, amateur event. Most golfers do own something that gives them an output of data. Are you a believer in this?
I respect what they're doing, and I would say that how can I compare this? A bit like going to a bank, and all of a sudden, you were going to your doctor, and all of a sudden the system breaks down and nothing can happen.
Yep.
And they say, "Well, sorry, Mr. Bennett, we can't attend you today. You have to go home, and we'll let you know when the system starts again." Same with the bank and everything else. So there is a little blip there somewhere.
Yep.
So I'm not saying that's wrong or right. It's just the way that is, and you come to terms with it because it's the age we're living in. I mean, we used to use the old thing to show people what they were swinging like. They could never believe what they looked like.
What? So what was that, like a little video camera
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And you just showed them that. I mean, it was like it's like
Right.
going back in the arcade, or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
Stone Age. But basically, it was there. You could show them.
Yeah.
I've got the proof. What I did sometimes when many people came for a first lesson, I'd say, just show me how you're playing. And
Cool.
really good. And there's a story in one of the books about that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was a county player. And when he looked at himself, because he really had a downer, and I'd never seen him before. And he looked at it. He said, I can't believe that. What
Well.
I'm doing. He said, he feels nothing like that. I said, well, there's the proof.
Yeah.
How we're going to change it. That's it. But
Yeah.
so, yeah, today it's moved on so much. I'd like to know if these guys, the young guys, because you're working with individuals,
That's right.
they don't want to know that technical stuff.
Yeah.
They're working with, that's why I probably, if there was one reason I did well in Ireland, I played that they nearly all played by feel.
So, Howard, disability golf is something that we'd like to touch on today. Do you have quite a bit of knowledge about disability golf and how it's evolved over the time?
Yeah, I've done some voluntary work for the golfers with disability, and they can see all this on those that haven't seen it on. They can look at it and they look at it. EDGAR, European Disabled Golf Association, which you would know about
Of
because you
course.
worked with my son and his wife, and that was all started many years ago because he was doing the disabled for the world body actually at that time, and they asked him if they were trying to get it into the Paralympics, the golf,
Yep.
and the people in Europe, they only had 3 tournaments, and they didn't have the system in place where they covered every eventuality of one leg, one arm, playing out of a blind or whatever. They covered all the different disabilities. They didn't have any of that set in place, and they contacted my son. And they said, I believe that you do this and that. He said, yeah. He said, well, we'd like to know if you could help us. He said, we're trying to get into the Olympics, Paralympics. He said, but they keep pushing us back because we haven't got the systems in place. He said, we'd like to know if you could help us. And he said, well, what I'll do, he said, tell me what you've been doing. I said, well, he said, I'll write you a thing what you should be doing. He said, but I don't think your people will agree to it anyway. He said, so, but this is what you need to do. So within 24 hours, I think it was, or 48 hours, they came back to him and said, we'd like you to do it.
Wow, that's a quick turnaround.
He said, but there's a negative to this, we can't pay you.
Oh no. So just touching on the work of your son, Anthony. So obviously I'm lucky enough to know Tony, Anthony. And we have the G4D, which has been hosted at Woburn Golf Club for the last 3 years. And Anthony is instrumental in putting that on.
Yeah.
So it's such a great tournament, and just the camaraderie of the disability players.
Absolutely, the mental side of them.
It's brilliant. It really is good.
It really is good.
And yeah, hopefully it can just keep growing and growing and growing.
Well, I think if the average golfer just looked at them, whatever level they want to play at, whatever age as well, I think they really need to just look at them and say, what am I moaning about?
Yeah.
I've got reasonably okay, but
Yeah.
and they say the will of wanting to play and play the game.
That's it.
But the game of golf is a leveler because you can't blame anybody else.
No. That's what I see with the tournaments, including the G4D that I'm at. A player might have a bad round, but they don't come into my room and start blaming me.
No.
It's always at their feet, and
Yeah. I
It's
think that
important.
you have to take responsibility of your life and responsibility in golf in particular. You can blame in a team golf. You can, oh, well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that, or I should have had whatever. So golf, I think, is very good for youngsters today to play because you make a decision,
Yeah.
and golf is very much that way.
Yeah.
You can blame the weather.
Yeah.
You can
No.
blame your starting time. You can blame your opponent that was shaking the money in the pocket to distract you.
Yeah.
You know,
But at the end of the day, it's on
but
you, isn't it? Yeah.
it's on you.
Yeah.
And yeah, but we never had any really bad trouble with
No.
injuries.
Okay, good. That's really good. I'd say, maybe the topic of chasing distance has maybe increased the injury
I
prevalence.
think you could well be right there.
Yeah, as we've seen on tour in recent years. There are players in their 20s that have had spinal surgeries and
I don't
issues
think
like
they'll
that.
be playing like that when they're 50,
No.
like some of our guys do,
Yeah.
like Podrick's doing.
Yeah.
And like, what's her name won the major, as you say, there, 50, the left-hander.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson.
That was
yeah,
not heard of.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'd be very surprised if the scientist, who I call him the scientist, he actually can play like that when he's. I may be wrong. Hopefully for him, it's his.
Okay, so my final question for Howard is, what is your favourite golfing memory?
Well, it's one that I wanted to do. As a club professional, you weren't really, in those days, you looked after the members and you give members lesson and everything. I said, and what I wanted to do is to try and qualify for the Open.
It's a big goal.
The Open, the British Open, the Open. And I tried 7 times in different events around Great Britain, different
qualifying events. Yeah.
And I'd miss it by 1, or I'd miss it by 2, or when I used to have hay fever very badly sometimes when they were playing that thing as well. So I was on special tablets there, and they sent us to sleep in those days. So anyway, I said this is my last try because it's just down the road.
At Royal Living, is that right?
Well, I was at Shore Hill Golf Club then, surely.
Right.
And so only down the road, it's only whatever it is at that time. And I said, I must really play in that one, but I'm going to give myself a chance.
So these are Howard's souvenirs.
So that was one of my ambitions.
So these are just really, really, really special. And I'm really not surprised that you still have hold of them now, Howard. Fantastic. Perfect.
There we go.
So these have a special place at home, do they?
Yeah, in my little office.
Perfect.
With all the photographs.
Well,
these photographs as well.
They're brilliant. And then also
I was invited there by Podrick.
Obviously we have spoke about some of the golfers you've worked with, but here's Howard. Howard, just tell us what the occasion was.
Well, it's his inauguration in the World Hall of Fame. There's 6 of them in there now, and they're just one of the 6. I think it's 6.
Six golfers have been invited, and Podrick was invited in, was it 2020?
Hall of Fame.
2024 last year?
Yeah, it was actually June last year, and he actually asked me to go over.
Bro. And then we also have the certificate there. Yeah, the 10th of June. Wow. And that was another proud moment for you amongst.
Oh yeah, well, it was quite big shock actually. Yeah, big shock because I didn't expect it.
No.
His manager, who I knew because he was working with me, he's a very loyal guy, Podrick Harrington, to his staff. Some of his players that he played with, Jody Flanagan, they were a really good Walker Cup couple.
Right.
And they beat the big man at that time. Yeah.
Was Jody there?
Jody, yeah. Jody works for him now.
Right. Fab.
And so one of the other guys, he's very loyal, and they've been with him for a long time now, working with him. They have their own particular what they're doing,
Yeah, got you.
Here, there, and everywhere.
Perfect. Well, that wraps up the first episode of the Prevent and Perform podcast. So we've really started. We've set the bar quite high, actually. I think having Howard on first, so the future guests are going to have to really kind of keep up that level. But Howard, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you
and
for
I'll look
inviting
forward
me.
to
and all the best to your.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure we'll
your viewers. Hopefully, we may have given them some
good knowledge.
Little key.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
Yeah. What is the secret? I'm sure I'll find out.
Common sense and logic.